Digital Storytelling Project. You have heard the saying, stop and smell the roses. A reminder to slow down and appreciate the simple things. But not only this, it is for you to experience things that may have gone overlooked otherwise. Like the delicate features of the flower, the sound it makes when a bee comes to drink the nectar, the accomplishment of an ant who traveled all the way up to the stem to grace in its beauty from the top. These details tell a larger story at hand than just a flower on the ground. This shows us that there is more than meets the eye if you care to look. People are the same. We often see people, hear people, and talk with people, but are we taking the time we need to understand them? Interpersonal communications has taught me that there is more to people than meets the eye. We live in a coded world that is just waiting to be broken. I have learned to pay attention to the smallest detail because it can change the narrative. Hidden underneath the surface of nonverbal cues, power dynamics, and first-order realities, there are messages being sent constantly that we may not be aware of. Your friend passes you in the hallway with a smile, tells you about their day, and you laugh. You finish the conversation and walk away. They had nothing notable to say, so you thought. Now, stop and smell the roses. Let's take a closer look by analyzing the perception process. Your friend comes in with a forced smile and pink cheeks. Her eye contact wavers with her lip and their sentences are short. Her mouth laughs, but her eyes stay the same. Dead silence. Then she has to run and go on her way. Are these two stories the same? If you had stopped and taken a closer look, would you better understand the conversation you had? Were there nonverbal cues you missed? We communicate when we don't even realize it. Communication is more than just words being exchanged. Words mean nothing unless you attach meanings to them. Second-order realities are the meanings we attach to observations we see out in the world and how we perceive them. Communication is ineffective until fully utilized. We have the tools at our disposal to become better communicators. Nonverbal communication can be louder than words. Your mouth can blurt out words your body does not accept, but communication is irreversible and not repeatable. If we better understood others, could we live more harmoniously? How we manage our differences and conflict will be the determinant of our outcome. Toddlers before speaking usually express emotions in facial grunts and expressions. They have yet to form words with their mouths to tell us what they need. But are they not communicating because they can't speak? Do babies need to understand phonological rules that govern how we pronounce words? Babies smile when they see something that makes them happy, like their mom. They cry when they're left alone in their crib for the night. They scream on the top of their lungs when their diaper is dirty. Every one of these actions is the child telling you something, but it does not know how to express it. We are all babies. We smile and laugh when we see something we like. We cry when our loved ones leave us and we don't want them to go. We scream when something inconveniences us that is out of our control. Until we learn how to communicate what we need, we are babies. Emotional intelligence is like any other intelligence. It is learned and practiced. Understanding why you are acting the way you are, why we do the things we do, are all that tells what our body needs. We need to stop and smell the roses. The baby cries because they are sad and no longer see their mom. The baby cries because poop has now filled their diaper with utter discomfort. The baby does not know how to tell his mom what is going on in that moment. The baby screams because you couldn't understand what they were trying to tell you. Adults are no different. There are still emotions that we are learning to express and understand. Crying over a loved one moving states isn't just about them leaving you. It is about you feeling abandoned and not having the guts to tell them to stay. You cry because you feel like you have no control. You scream when your kids haven't done the dishes for the third time in a row. You aren't mad about the dishes because it doesn't take you very long to do it yourself, but you feel like no one is listening to you. No one is caring for your needs that you are trying to tell them. I want to understand what people need before they tell me. As a future physical therapist, I need to trust in my interpersonal communication skills to create a safe environment for my patient. I will practice mindful listening to ensure I give careful and thoughtful attention to the problems at hand. I'll avoid using only task-oriented listening, not only to accomplish my task, but to develop relational listening to create an emotional bond with my patient, thus creating trust in my practice. We live in a coded world just waiting to be broken. There is more than meets the eye when it comes to communicating. Imagine the impact we could have on our world if we listened to each other, not only hearing the words coming out of your mouth, but listening to the hidden message someone is trying to tell you. It could be the difference of losing your best friend for not understanding why she was upset and having her in your life. It could be the difference of being the most hated boss in your office because you only use high-power distance to separate yourself from your subordinates, or truly fostering a collaborative work environment. To better understand each other, we need to understand our own needs. So next time you get in a fight with your loved one, your parents, or your friend,